Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamakyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Dalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namavom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratrishe Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Welcome all of you. All the devotees have come on time, only I am late to come here. On the way we were supposed to go to Prem Sundar Prabhu's house where we got delayed. Traffic, sorry for keeping you all waiting. But Dikshita is very expert in engaging everybody in Kirtan nicely. She can. It was such an absorbing, wonderful Kirtan till now. So, you all are already practicing devotees for many, many years. And you might have not only read these two verses, you might have taught also many times to many others. Nevertheless, we will. Is it visible here? Clear? You can make it more brighter, everybody can see it. Atyahara prayasascha Prajalpo niyamagraha Janasangascha laulyamcha Shadbhir bhaktir vinashyati. Yeah, let's read the translation. One can read the translation, please. We have another mic, or can take this mic. Adhikar can read this translation.
One's devotional service is spoiled when he becomes too entangled in the following 6 activities. 1. Eating more than necessary or collecting more funds than required. 2. Over-endeavoring for mundane things that are very difficult to obtain. 3. Talking unnecessarily about mundane subject matters. 4. Practicing the scriptural rules and regulations only for the sake of following them and not for the sake of spiritual advancement. Or rejecting the rules and regulations of the scriptures and working independently or whimsically. 5. Associating with worldly minded persons who are not interested in Krishna consciousness. And 6. Being greedy for mundane achievements.
Yeah. So these two verses are very fitting for sadhana bhaktas like all of us. Before we can attain raga bhakti. It's an amazing book, Nectar of Instruction. It begins with control of the senses and ends with Radha Kund. Everything is there in between. So the first 3 verses of it talks about discipline. Next 3 verses talks about the dealings. So these two are very important in devotee life. Discipline and dealings. And discipline in one's own life and dealings with others. Because we have desires within and distractions without. So we are like a ant caught in a log of wood with fire on either side. Like we are between devil and deep sea. So we have to deal with material desires within and innumerable distractions without. So these verses are very, very important for us, first three verses. And once we do the first three verses well in our life, then dealings with other Vaishnavas are also becomes easy. I will tell you the connection. Say for example, our tongue is simultaneously Jnanendriya and Karmendriya both. Why it is so? Because it's a Jnanendriya because it gives taste. You know how the gulab jamun tastes, how the bitter gourd tastes, you know that. It's a Karmendriya because it is speech. What we speak with the tongue. One of the Karmendriyas also it is. So, amongst all the senses of the body, the tongue is considered the most difficult to control. Both eating is also difficult to control, speech is also difficult to control. If we control the speech, then we can deal with Vaishnavas very properly. Because if we don't control our speech, we may blaspheme Vaishnavas and become distanced, you see. Therefore, the discipline has a direct connection to dealings also. So therefore, these verses are very, very important. So let us try to understand these verses. These two verses, verse number 2 and 3, okay. In this 6 things which we heard just now, the translation, first thing is Jana Sangha. You see, what is Jana Sangha we read just now? What is Jana Sangha? This one.
Okay.
Yeah? Associating with worldly minded people. So, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says 6 types of people association is Jana Sangha, he says. He says, those who have no faith in the first category, I will tell you all the 6, I will tell you. No faith in God, no faith in morality. This is the first category. They are like two-legged animals, we can say. Dvipada Pashu. They draw everything from God, but they are ungrateful fellows. So one should not even look at the face of such people, according to Shastra. There is one verse in Katyayani Samhita, Lord Chaitanya quotes that, put me in a cage and lock me up and set fire to the cage, I will be more happy to be inside the cage rather than look at the face of a fellow who is an atheist, who doesn't accept God. So don't ask me to associate with such fellows. Like that he says. So Mahaprabhu says how abominable, obnoxious it is to associate with such people. But unfortunately, in modern times you have to associate with many people in the outside world. You have to see their face, you have to work with them many times. So therefore, while living in the modern day society, one very important art we all have to learn. How not to isolate ourselves but insulate ourselves. What is the difference between the two? If you go to Himalayas, you are isolating yourself from society. But if you are living in the midst of, Baltimore city, surrounded by so many people, you are going to school, you are going to college. Many parents are worried that our children are going to school. What kind of culture are they going to catch there? But the children have to be taught how to insulate themselves. You all know what's the insulator. If you put an insulator around, it doesn't pass the electricity. Correct now? So, insulating ourselves means we can live in the midst of people but not touched by those people. So, to become an insulator, there is a method how to do that. You see, convert milk into curd. Churn the curd and produce butter. Now, if you add water to the milk, it will get diluted. But if you put butter in water, will it get diluted? The butter will absolutely not touch the water. It will remain in water. So by our sadhana, we have to make our heart like butter. If our heart is like milk, we get diluted in our dealings in the outside world. When I go with my milk like heart to outside world, I will get, the more you add water to milk, what happens? It gets? So all devotees have experience in ISKCON, sadhana bhaktas. They say that, last 1 month I had to go for some, material responsibilities to so many things. And then they say, I feel very weak in spiritual life because that devotion has become diluted. It can become diverted, diluted. It can become deviated. People become deviated also sometimes. So, on the other hand, if we make our heart, which is milk-like, convert it into butter, then butter and water will not touch. That means even Prahlada Maharaj was like butter and water. When I was surrounded by demoniac friends and the demoniac teachers also. Who were there? Chandan, Amaraka. I had a short video. Only thing is, this video is in Hindi. How many of you know Hindi here? Okay. So,
हमने तुमको सिखाया क्या और तुमने महाराज को बताया क्या? बताया क्या?
मैंने जो कहा, क्या वही आपकी शिक्षा का सार नहीं गुरुदेव?
नहीं, कदापि नहीं। जो मैं कहता हूँ वो ध्यान देकर सुनो। तुम्हारे पिता तीनों लोगों के स्वामी है ना?
हाँ गुरुदेव।
उनसे बढ़कर और कोई नहीं, ये सत्य है ना? पूर्ण सत्य है, पूर्ण सत्य है। तो हमारा कर्तव्य है उनको सर्वशक्तिमान भगवान माने, उनकी पूजा करे, उनका नाम जपे। कहो ओम हिरण्याय नमः,
ओम नारायणाय नमः।
फिर वही भूल। अच्छा ये बताओ, कौन है तुम्हारा ये नारायण?
नारायण चराचर जगत के कल्याण करता, जगत पिता, जगन माता, वही एकमात्र भगवान है।
मैं कहता हूँ नहीं नहीं, कदापि नहीं।
दिन को रात कहने से सूरज डूब नहीं जाता गुरुदेव।
तो तुम ही हमें ज्ञान सिखाने लगे। मैं पूछता हूँ, गुरु कौन है, तुम या हम?
आप, इसमें क्या संदेह?
तो हम जैसा कहते हैं वैसा ही करो। कहो ओम हिरण्याय नमः,
ओम नारायणाय नमः।
चुप रहो, नहीं तो मार मार के कमर सीधी कर दूंगा, समझे?
ये कहाँ का न्याय गुरुजी? जब प्रहलाद से भूल होती है तब आप उसकी कमर क्यों नहीं सीधी करते? अरे वो राजकुमार जो है उसकी कमर सीधी करने जाएंगे तो महाराज गुरुजी की कमर सीधी कर देंगे।
चुप रहो, बंदर कहीं के। जाओ अपना मुंह काला करो थोड़ी देर के लिए, जाओ।
प्रहलाद कुमार, महाराज के क्रोध की ज्वाला में हम भी जलने वाले हैं और तुम भी। तुम्हारे प्राणों की रक्षा करना हमारे बस का नहीं, मगर तुम तो रक्षा कर सकते हो हमारे प्राणों की। दया करो और छोड़ दो ये हरि नाम।
हाँ, छोड़ दो ये हरि नाम।
छोड़ दो हरि नाम, यही गुरुदेव की शिक्षा है। हरि नाम बिना प्राणी पशु से भी गए बीता है।
तो तुम्हारा यही कहना है ना कि हम जो तुम्हारे गुरुजन हैं, तुम्हारे महाप्रतापी पिता जो त्रैलोक के सम्राट है और ये उत्तम दानव वंश पशु से भी गया बीता है। क्यों?
हरि हरि, गुरुजन निंदा महापाप है।
बस बस, पाप पाप की रट लगाकर पुण्य का बहुत टीका लगाया है तुमने हमारे सिर।
हाँ हाँ प्रहलाद, बंद करो अपना ये धर्मशास्त्र। छोटे मुंह बड़ी बात।
क्षमा करें गुरुदेव, सत्य तो छोटे बड़े का भेद नहीं करता, वो सबके मुंह से प्रकट हो जाता है।
ओहो, हार गए हम तुमसे। अब तुम ही बताओ, करे तो करे क्या हम?
करें क्या हम? बोलो
बोलो।
बताऊं गुरुदेव, आप भी हरि भजन कीजिए, सच मानिए बहुत मीठा है हरि नाम।
हरि नाम, हरि नाम, फिर हरि नाम। महाराज सुनेंगे तो प्राण ले लेंगे हमारे।
बंधु भ्राता,
देह जल रही है, सर से पैर तक आग लग रही है। मैं जाता हूँ, अभी नदी में स्नान करके आता हूँ।
मेरा शरीर भी जल रहा है, जलकर भस्म हुआ जा रहा है। चलिए हम दोनों मिलकर स्नान करके आते हैं। चलो।
नारायण।
how many have understood till now? Raise your hand. Most of them understood. How many of you couldn't understand it because you don't know Hindi? How many of you don't know Hindi? We have one. We have two. Only two of you. Others understood? Okay. In essence, what happened till now, I'll just tell you briefly in English. See, Prahlada is admitted in a school of Shanda and Amaraka. Who are these two fellows? They are seminal sons of Shukracharya. So, they are appointed by Hiranyakashipu to make Prahlada into a first class asura. Prahlada, Hiranyakashipu has told them, because he is my descendant, he is my successor, he has to be exactly like me. But to their amazement, Prahlad actually used to attend all the classes on politics and economics and everything. But then diplomacy and all that, he attended the classes. But he had absolutely no inclination for the subject. Rather, he was always chanting Narayana's names. And they were not knowing why is that so. So whenever he was taken to his father, his father was also surprised. He in fact taunted the teachers. And teachers said, "Oh, king, don't taunt us because we are doing our job. Only your son doesn't listen to us." So now they brought him back and they are trying to train him. So Prahlad actually disagrees to chant Om Hiranyaya Namah. What he says? Oh? Repeatedly. And all the children were laughing. And then the Shandamarga teacher said, "Hey, I will beat you up and straighten you up," like that he said. So one of the boys was telling, "Sir, why don't you straighten up Prahlad?" Then another boy was saying, "If our teachers try to straighten up Prahlad, our Raja will straighten up the teachers." He said, so better, that's why they are careful. And the teachers became very upset. They drove away all the children. They went away, isn't it? And then the teachers were talking to Prahlad. And they were asking Prahlad, "Why are you, don't you see your father is the Trilokadipati, he is the master of all the three worlds. Why don't you accept him?" But Prahlad denied. Prahlad said, "What are you talking? He may be master of three worlds for a short while. But Lord Vasudeva, Lord Krishna, Lord Narayana, he is the master for all time to come. See, Krishna is an imperishable leader, imperishable master, eternal master, everlasting master. Whereas many other masters come in this world, they stay for a short while and go away. Like in Pune, there is a fort, stone fort, huge stone fort. I heard that many kings had a fight for getting that fort. They killed one another actually. Now, the children of the schools go to see the fort like a monument now. When you open the fort, who is occupying the fort is the bats. Bats are flying now. Nobody else is there. So many kings killed one another and went away. In this world, you will see the property always remains God's property. People come, they claim proprietorship for a while and they go away. Just like if you bring some sweet from the market and keep in your room, some ants may come and occupy. And then you wonder, right? Ants have come, you keep it under the sun, they will go away. So they occupy it only for a short time. Same thing with all living entities in this world. Prahlad was fully convinced about that knowledge. Krishna is the Ishavasyamidam Sarvam, master of everything. So, therefore, he refused to chant his father's name. And the teachers were saying that, they were begging him actually. "See Prahlad, your father will burn you down and he will burn us also." And they were folding the palm and praying. So he asked them, "What should I do?" So the teacher said, "Please give up this holy name and just do what your father says." Prahlad said, "What are you saying? Is it the Guru's teaching that one should give up the holy name? Teacher always gifts the holy name and says, chant the holy name. How can you tell me to give up the holy name?" So like that he asked. And then he said, "If somebody doesn't chant the holy name, he is worse than an animal," he said. Then teacher said, "That means your Trilokadipati, your father and we teachers are all animals?" They asked. He said, "Oh, it's wrong to call a teacher as an animal. It's sinful," he said. Then his teacher said, "Okay, you speak very sweetly, but when we tell you to follow, you don't follow." Isn't it? So then they sent away all the children. Now Prahlad is alone and the children are coming now. See. Why are you sitting alone? Come and play with us. He's telling everybody sit, we don't want to play, Prahlad says. Their bodies are burning. He's saying the human form of life is very rare. If we simply keep playing, our days and nights and months and years will pass away and death will come very close. So we should not waste our time in playing, he's saying.
और यौवन के ज्ञान में बीत जाते हैं, बीस और भी खो जाते हैं बुढ़ापे की गिरी हुई दशा में, जब प्राणी मोह माया के बंधनों में छटपटाता हुआ व्याकुल रहता है। बंधुओं, पल भर का समय भी व्यर्थ ना जाने दो। बचपन से ही हरि भजन करके जीवन सार्थक करो। हरि नाम से मधुर और क्या है?
क्यों मनुष्य का मांस खाए आप?
हरि हरि
हरि
Exactly,
किसका
speaking
नाम
seventh
है?
canto Bhagavatam.
नारायण का। तो क्या उसके दो नाम है? दो ही क्यों, अनंत नाम है उनके।
बाप रे, इतने सारे नाम किस लिए? अरे एक नाम होगा तो उसकी माँ भूल जाएगी इसलिए।
हरि की माँ का क्या नाम है? हरि की माँ नहीं।
और पिता?
पिता भी नहीं।
तो उसका जन्म कैसे हुआ?
हरि का ना जन्म है ना मरण।
वाह भाई वाह, अच्छा है। तो
See, all these Asur Putras, how he has inspired them, you see. See, Prahlada is telling them that, the human form of life is, 100 years, 50 years goes in sleeping, he says. And then rest of the year goes in doing job and making money and buying dress, buying clothes, making house. And time goes away. Very little time is left, he says, for becoming Krishna conscious. And then he said, if we don't do Hari Bhajan, then we'll have to be repeatedly coming in this world, time and time again. So if those who are eager to perfect their life, they should take to the chanting of the holy name very seriously. With the rising and setting of the sun, one day is cut off from our lifespan. And the life runs out of fuel, body runs out of fuel. So, and then they all asked him, you are talking about Lord Hari, Hari. You are saying, his name is very sweet. You have not eaten fish. That is also very tasty, he said. And Prahlada closed his ears, what are you talking? You don't know what is the sweetness in the holy name. And then they asked him, one boy asked, has Hari got two names? So Prahlada is asking, two names? Lord has unlimited names. And one boy asked, unlimited names? How many are those unlimited names? He asked. Anek sare naam kitne hain? He asked. And then he's asking, why Lord has so many names? So other boy was telling, you see, if Lord has only one name, my mother may forget it. Therefore Lord has many names. At least she will remember one name, they are saying. So they all are actually made to discuss something about Lord Krishna. You see, because of Prahlada's association.
तुम्हारा हरि, उसे देखना चाहिए एक बार। कहाँ रहता है हरि?
हरि कहाँ नहीं रहते, सर्वव्यापी है हरि।
ओ, तो हमें मिलेगा कैसे?
प्रेम से, प्रार्थना से।
वो कैसे?
मेरे साथ प्रार्थना करो। हरि की माँ नहीं।
और पिता?
पिता भी नहीं।
तो उसका जन्म कैसे हुआ?
हरि का ना जन्म है ना मरण।
वाह भाई वाह, अच्छा है तुम्हारा हरि, उसे देखना चाहिए एक बार। कहाँ रहता है हरि?
हरि कहाँ नहीं रहते, सर्वव्यापी है हरि।
ओ, तो हमें मिलेगा कैसे?
प्रेम से, प्रार्थना से।
वो कैसे?
मेरे साथ प्रार्थना करो।
See, how beautiful dialogue with Prahlada. Prahlada is telling, they are asking, where is Hari? He says, where is not Hari? Hari is everywhere. First he creates millions of universes, enters into all the universe. Then he creates millions of atoms within the universe, then he enters all the atoms. Then he creates 8.4 million species of life, then enters into the heart of all those species of life. So you tell me where Hari is not there? He is everywhere present, like that he says. And then they are asking him, oh really? Who is Hari's mother and father? He says, oh, Hari has no mother or father. In fact, he is the mother and father of everybody, all creatures, like that he says. And then they are asking, oh, then we are very eager to meet that great personality, Lord Hari. How does one get him? Then they are saying that, then Prahlada is saying that by praying to him, by chanting his holy name, by singing his glories, that's the method of seeing him. Like we say Navavidha Bhakti, correct? No? As he is saying. So now he will make them sing.
Om Namo
So he's saying, who is Narayan? He's saying, Bhavabhaya Bhanjana. Anyone who becomes a devotee of the Supreme Lord, that is the end of the cycle of birth and death. After the Lord takes them back to his abode, Tyaktva Adeham, Punajanmanaiti, Mameti, he says. And then he says, Bhavabhaya Bhanjana, Janamana Ranjana. At the same time, attaining Krishna, the path is also very joyful path. Susukam kartam, avayam. It's a very joyful path. Because when you will see that the path of bhakti is not like a dry path like the Vipassana meditation where all day you fast and eat a carrot at night. It's not like that. It's not like Nirvisheshwadi's path, very dry path. Like there are people who go to their mosques and they kneel down. But there is no deity form of the Lord there to worship. Whereas in the bhakti path, one can see the Lord in the form of the deity. One can dress the Lord, decorate the Lord. One can bow down to him, one can celebrate festivals for him, one can eat prasad, one can sing like you are all singing now. So he says, Janamana Ranjana. Actually, anybody who practices in the Bhakti Yoga, they feel great delight in the path of Bhakti Yoga by coming in contact with the Lord. And then he is saying, Sankana Mochana, all the miseries evaporate for a devotee, just like our Rukmini is saying, Haratonga Tapam. Ever since I came to Bhakti, problems may be there, but we don't perceive the pain because we are absorbed in bhakti, she says. So, in this way, the Hatha yogis and Ashtanga yogis and all, they torture their body and mind. In the Gangotri, chill water, they keep their body up to the neck. They perform austerities. In summer, they put 5 fires around themselves. Bhagavatam also says that. But Bhakti Yoga actually, Lord Narayana is not obtained like that. He's saying, see, he will say that. Matu Pita hai Narayan. The Lord, Supreme Lord is your mother and father, is saying. Bandhu Sakha hai Narayan. He is your real friend. He is your real relative, he is saying. Because in this world, Mitra means social friend. Like you get colleagues in the office or friends in the school. But then after some time, for example, many of you have experienced, even in America, you have transferred from one place to another, correct? No? You might have had some neighbors who are friends. But when you transfer to another place, the contact is lost after that. Correct? Now, many times. We have some social friend, the contact is lost after some time. And their blood relatives, nowadays, even blood relatives are not able to be in touch with each other nowadays. People are all everywhere in the world nowadays. So they have some affection for us, they may talk on phone, maybe video call or something. But beyond that, everybody is busy in their own world. But he says, Lord Narayana is one personality who is in your heart, and even after your death, he will come with you. He accompanies you beyond the graveyard also. So he is teaching his friends that he is your mother, he is your father, he is your friend, he is your relative, and he is the jnana which Guru gives to the disciple. Lord, it's actually Lord who empowers the Guru to give that knowledge to us. He is saying, Krishna only gives to Brahma, Brahma gives to Narada, Narada gives to Vyasa, it comes down. He is saying, and yoga tapasya Narayan, even the practices we do to attain the Lord, those practices are also given by the Lord only. He has given us a method. See, the Prahlad's devotion was so intense that even teachers became influenced. Correct, no? So he influenced even the non-devotees. So our children should be like this. When they go to school, they should make all children to devotees in the school. And we hope devotee children will do that when they go. So now you tell me, is Prahlad's devotion like milk or like butter? Butter. That's the point. Therefore I showed you this. So, and how the milk-like devotion turns into butter-like devotion by serious sadhana. Rising early in the morning and chanting japa, attending the arati, studying the Bhagavatam, keeping oneself absorbed in Krishna consciousness. Then one becomes very sober and serious in spiritual life. One gives up the frivolity. One gives up the frivolous sense gratification. So, the Jana Sangha, now, see, if Prahlad like devotee is sent to a school, many of our children may say, I got spoiled because my school friends spoiled me. Correct, no? They can say that. But did Prahlad get spoiled? Rather, he made all the Asuraputras into devotees. Isn't it? And father was surprised. Hiranyakashipu said to Chandamaraka, make sure that no Vaishnavas sneak into the ashram. He said, I think some Vaishnavas are sneaking in and teaching my son this Navavida Bhakti and all these things. Anyway, whatever has happened, but now be very careful, he said. Therefore, Narada Muni knew that Hiranyakashipu will not let his son learn Bhakti Yoga. Therefore, he taught him in the womb only. How smart teacher he is. Yeah. He preached him in the womb only. Before Hiranyakashipu returned back, he preached him. Otherwise, there would have been no scope to enter into the hostel of our Chandamaraka inside. There will be no entry. Preach. That's why, so Prahlad was already a Mahabhagavad devotee. And he influenced all the friends. So otherwise what happens, if we are not very solidified in our devotion, then the Jana Sangha influences us. Bad association of people. So I told you, people who have no faith in God and no morality. That's first category. Second category, people who have faith in morality but no faith in God. That's the second category Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. Because some people think that morality is good because without morality in this world there will be no law and order and the resources cannot be divided properly. So Prabhupada tells a story. Once some 3 thieves looted a bank and they went to the forest to divide the money. So one of them said, I will just go for passing stool and take a bath and come. So he went. The other 2 were sitting. So one of them said, hey, before he comes, can we divide the money and run away? The second fellow said, how can you do that? We have to be honest, because we 3 of us looted together, so we should honestly divide it. So Prabhupada is saying, this is called honesty among thieves. First of all, in your looting, there is no honesty. Then what kind of honesty can you practice afterwards? So, therefore Prabhupada asked a question, how can there be universal brotherhood without universal father? If some 4 sons say that, finish the father and we will divide and enjoy, they will finish each other. Correct? No? So modern day society, the atheistic society, their morality is cheating morality. They can't be moral. So second category is they want to be moral without God. And the third one, they accept God, they accept morality. But their acceptance is based on keeping God as a subset of morality. Like for example, Gandhi said, I like Rama more than Krishna, he said. Somebody asked him why. He said, Rama only ekapatni vrat. That is very ideal. See, Krishna married 16,108. That was too much for him to take. Because Krishna didn't fit in his morality box. So, like, Krishna is stealing butter. One boy came and told me, Swamiji, why Krishna cannot go to the homes of gopis and extend his hand and say, please give me butter and take it. Why should he steal? This is not proper, he was telling. I said, what are you talking? You see, ultimately all the butter in the entire world belongs to Krishna only. Is it not true? So, then what's wrong if Krishna steals butter from somebody? Actually, it was surprising to me when the boy asked a question like this. It's so serious. Otherwise, how can you understand the Leela? Isn't it? You see, in the Krishna Leela, there is some amount of twist you will always find. What type of twist? I will tell you an example you will appreciate. Say two of you go to Vrindavan. So one of your friends purchased a Sonpapdi box. The other friend, depends on what relationship he has. If this person gives him one box, he will pay for the box, correct or not? Okay, Prabhu, how much it was? Okay, it was $50, please take it. He'll give him. Because he will think that he purchased one box for him, one for me, so I should pay. Because it's a very formal relationship. If it is a very intimate relationship, the friend may ask, hey, you are buying 2 boxes, I think one for me, is it? He may ask. And the friend may say, oh, who said it's for you? It's not for you, it's for my mama, he may say. But later on the last day of Yatra, this fellow finds that box of Sonpapdi is inside his suitcase. Somebody has kept it. So he'll go and ask him, yeah, you said it's for your uncle? How is it that you kept it in my suitcase? And that fellow may laugh at him and say, who is my uncle? You are my uncle, take it. And I say, sometimes friends do that. Correct now, you understand? For example, if you go to somebody's house, you may stand at the door and ask, please may I come in? He may ask. If you are a very intimate friend, you may directly go to the kitchen and open the fridge and take out a sandwich, sit in an easy chair and add some tomato ketchup and just eat it. How is everything? You may very casually talk. When the relationship is? Very close. Very close. So, where is sweetness? In close relationship or formal relationship? Close. So, Krishna's dealings are all very intimate. When he steals butter, gopis are very happy. But people who are in this category of making God subordinate to morality, they cannot understand these things. It's very difficult for them to capture. Krishna's naughty activities only devotees can enjoy.
விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் பொல்லாத விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் பொல்லாத விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் வேடிக்கையாய் பாட்டு பாடி விதம் விதமாய் ஆட்டம் ஆடி நாழிக்கொரு லீலை செய்யும் நந்த கோபால கிருஷ்ணன் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் வேடிக்கையாய் பாட்டு பாடி விதம் விதமாய் ஆட்டம் ஆடி நாழிக்கொரு லீலை செய்யும் நந்த கோபால கிருஷ்ணன் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் பொல்லாத விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன்.
How many have understood this? Understood, no? So, simply by looking at this, you can understand. See, what is most pleasing is to see how much he is afraid of his mother. He tells in Vrindavan to the gopis where he steals butter, he says, see, you can complain to anybody in the world except one person. Who is that? My Lord, if you complain to her, she will tie me up. If she ties me up, then I cannot go for stealing butter anywhere. So, this type of leelas only devotees can cherish. They can understand. Otherwise, the fellows who are so-called moralists, they cannot understand these things. So, these are the first three, and the 4, 5, 6 are polytheists, impersonalists, and pretenders. They are the 4, 5, 6, totally 6 types of people. Don't associate, he says. These are 6 types of bad association. So, of course, we nowadays we see a lot of people totally materialistic, into stupid in materialistic activities. We have to work with them many times. So, I want to say a few words about how do we deal with them. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, sitting in the same boat or bathing in the same ghat is not association, he says. Sometimes in a flight also, how many of you experience? You are sitting, somebody is sitting next to you, never talked one word, they never talked one word to you. You did your business, they went and did their business. It's not association. There is no exchange happening. So, association means opening your heart, your tender heart, and honestly listening to somebody's advice. That is called association. You are letting someone mold you. That is association. So that's what we should precisely not do while dealing with non-devotees. One should not deal with, one should not open the heart, one should be very alert, one should, as I told you, one should insulate oneself. Then how do we deal with people? Be business-like when you're dealing with people. Hi, good morning, how do you do? How is your project going on? What is your deadline? When are you doing this? Talk about your project, talk about your material progress and things like that. Don't open your heart to them and don't be vulnerable to them. Don't deal with them affectionately. Affection is only for devotees. And dealing with outsiders, be business-like, because they are money-minded fellows. They are business-like, and we also should be business-like. But if any devotee reveals the heart to a non-devotee, the devotee's degradation has started. One example I'll tell you. One devotee, on the request of his friend, started getting up very early in the morning. 4 o'clock he would get up and take bath and do chanting. Company was going on dozing in the table. His friend came and asked me, why are you dozing in the company? You don't look to be fresh. He said, what to do? I got up at 4 o'clock. He was telling like that. 4 a.m. I got. And friend said, 4 a.m.? We get up at 8 a.m. Why do you get up so early? Come on, take good rest. He said, what to do? One devotee called me to chant Hare Krishna. I said, hey, don't go to all this to Hare Krishna and all, don't go. Just sleep till 8 o'clock, his friend said. So this boy stopped coming from next 1 or 2 weeks. Then later on, devotees found out that he took the advice of his friend very seriously. And was sleeping till 8 o'clock. Then one devotee, he went to meet another devotee. He asked the devotee, Prabhuji, I am feeling very sleepy in the company, what to do? Immediately devotee asked him, what time you sleep at night? Prabhuji, I sleep at 11 o'clock, that's the problem. You sleep at 9 o'clock and get up at 4. 7 hours if you sleep, will you feel sleepy in the company? No. So that means devotee's advice will uplift you. Materialistic advice will degrade you. So never take the advice of a materialist. 7.14.6 you can read. 7.14.6. Narada Muni says, any materialist, let it be your uncle, your aunt, grandfather, grandmother, friend, anybody, whoever it is, if they tell you, how you can make more money, how you can do this, do that, what you should do?
Yes.
Nod the head, very vigorously nod the head like this. In Tanjore there is a bull, and that bull, when you play the mridanga, when you play, it will nod the head like this. But the nodding of the bull has no meaning. Similarly, you nod the head, not only that, you can even bring a paper and pen and tell them, please tell me what are your ideas. You can note also. Why? Because if you note their ideas, they will take it they will understand that you are taking them very seriously, they will be happy. But never follow them, he says. He says, follow only the path laid by Krishna for you. He says. So these are some of the tricks Narada Muni teaches. And Narada says, if you don't listen to their advice and you argue with them, hours and hours they will argue with you. Because non-devotees are like water and you are like fire. Fire and water, can they coexist? No. They will try to douse the fire, you will try to evaporate the water. There is going to be fight. Therefore, be business-like. Don't open your heart. Don't deal with them affectionately. And mind your own business and you let them do what they want. But you can work with such people also. That's why you can insulate yourself, I told you. Because in the modern day world, you cannot isolate yourself, but you can insulate. But those who don't insulate themselves, they get into the Janasanga problem. Mahaprabhu told our Sanatana Goswami, Asatsanga tyagi Vaishnava achar, Sri Sangi eka asadu Krishna abhakta ar. You see, very first instruction he gives, Asatsanga tyag, avoid this Janasanga, he says. Okay, anybody knows the 4 questions asked by Parikshit to Shukadeva Goswami? Anybody knows? What are the 4 questions he asked? What is the duty of a dying man? First question. Second question, what is the duty of any man? Anybody in this world? Second question. Third question, whom should I hear about, remember, glorify? Fourth question, whom should we not hear about, and remember or glorify? So out of these 4 questions, which question was answered by Shukadeva Goswami first? Anybody knows? In answer, what is the duty of a dying man? What is the duty of anybody in this world? And whom should we hear, remember and glorify? Whom should we not hear, remember and glorify? Last one he answered first. Give him an applause. Haribol. Who said that? Sundaran said, he has studied. Shrotavyadi Rajendra Nrinam Santi Sahasrashakha Apashyatam Atmatattvam Griheshu Grihamedinam. That's the answer. He begins with the 4th question. That means avoiding bad association is more important than accepting good association. So you will find Bhagavatam, I can show you at least 4 or 5 verses I can show you in Bhagavatam. Sarvato manaso asangam adau sangam cha sadhushu. Same way. First one he says, Sarvato manaso asangam. Get rid of non-devotees, he says. And then he says, from beginning itself, associate with devotees, he says. So how much important it is to avoid non-devotee association. Another verse, Taja durjana samsargam vajasadu samagamam. There also, it begins with what? Tyaja durjana samsargam, give up bad association. Vajasadu samagamam, associate with saintly persons. Kura punya mahoratram, day and night do Krishna consciousness. Smaranityam anityatam, remember the world is temporary. First instruction is give up bad association. So, like that, sarvato manaso asangam, he says. Asangam is first stressed. And then it's also said you have to associate with saintly persons. So it's really a challenge to avoid a non-devotee association in the modern times. But we can't run away from it, but we should insulate ourselves. And those who don't insulate, what happens to them? Janasanga leads to prajalpa. Prajalpa means what? This materialistic people will tell you, hey, do you know they have taken a bigger house? Now, friend, do you know that? They will say, really? How did they take a bigger house? Nowadays they are making bigger money also. How are they making bigger money? They do 2 jobs. One in the day, one in the evening. Because, isn't it? They come back at night, 10 o'clock only, that fellow. Then the wife will come to her husband and say, why don't you also do that? Isn't it? So, this is what happens with this. Like, Mantara put something into the ears of Kaikeyi. They create that envy, greed. So the prajalpa means useless talk, or debate, or argument, or fault finding, blasphemy, gossiping, rumor mongering, all that comes in prajalpa actually. When materialistic people do prajalpa, not only your time is wasted, but it also produces material greed. See, in material life, you should look like this. And in spiritual life, you should look like this. That means in spiritual life, look at people above you. In material life, look at people below you. What will happen if you look at people below you? What is likely to happen?
You will not feel so materially competitive.
No, you will feel happy. Oh, that fellow is blind, but God has given me 2 eyes. And this fellow has a broken leg, but God has given me a complete body. And this fellow is poor, but God has given me birth in a decent family. Like every one of you here, you got good education. You came from India to a country like America. And you have sufficient money, more than average. And your body, all the limbs of the body are properly formed. So in this way, if you write down a list of what all you have, maybe you have 25 items to be grateful for. You can be so happy. And when you compare yourself with people below you, you will always think that, I am eating 3 times a day. There are people who don't get food even once in 3 days. You are eating 3 times in one day. Just think about it. So we will be grateful. And in spiritual life, if you look at people above you, what will happen? What will happen? Yeah?
Uplift you.
Huh?
It will uplift us.
It will uplift us. And also you are likely to think that, oh, like Mataji's for example, look at other ladies who are more advanced than you. Similarly, men, look at other male devotees who are more advanced than you. Similarly, young children, if they see that other boys or other girls are advancing fastly, then they will, like Prahlada's friends were looking at Prahlad. Then they also asked, how can we meet Hari? What is the correct, no? So we should always look at people who are doing better than us and associate with them. So, and you have to pick and choose. Like I picked my association, like Gauranga Prabhu, Amarendra Prabhu, Amogala Prabhu. I chose the association. I go and spend some time with them. Then by meeting them, talking to them, we also get more inspired by such people. So we should always look at people better than us. Otherwise, if you associate with degraded people, then we also degrade. Like we send a bird of the same feather. Yeah. Parrots fly with parrots. Crows fly with cranes fly with dogs live with cats live with. Prabhupada says dogs sometimes quarrels. After quarreling, they go for a round and come back to dogs only. Not that dog quarrels and goes to cats. You will see that. Similarly, Prabhupada says devotees also can quarrel a little bit but come back again. Even if because we have to come back to which association? Devotee association. Stay with devotees. So because all are associating with their own jati, we are devotees, so we should associate with whom? Devotees only, yeah. So, Janasanga leads to Prajalpa, and Prajalpa leads to greed, material greed, laulyam. Material greed means, I want more. See, lust means, I want. Adamant desire to get something. That is prohibited. That is lust. And greed means, I want more. I want. Like somebody has a bike, he wants a car. Somebody has a car, somebody wants a bigger car. Somebody has a bigger car, he wants a plane. Yeah? Similarly, you will find people in village in India, they want to come to town. People in town want to come to city. People in city want to come to bigger city. And bigger city, people want to come to America. People in America want to go to another planet. In this way, there is always wanting more and more. See, we have to cover our body. That is civilization, correct, no? So it's not very costly to cover your body with some cloth. But if you want branded clothes to cover, it is costly, correct, no? Similarly, it's not difficult to get some car to commute from one place to another. But if you want a big car, costly car, then you need money for that. That is how the laulyam can come. People make comparison, they have this type. But into a skyscraper building, your life will be finished. There is true story of one engineering boy who came to America to work. So his father was in a remote village, but he wanted to make a big house. His father had a desire that I want to make a big colorful house in the village. Of course, the boy had a heavy loan to pay back and all that. So 15-20 years he worked and made big money, some 80 lakhs in those days. And then the father built a big house. After building the house, after 1 week he passed away. So what did he gain by making that house? It's a village. Village people make simple huts, but he made a big colorful house with 2-story and everything. So Prabhupada said, don't make your house here, make your house there. Vaikuntha. So that once you go back, you will always be there. So intelligence means not to waste our time, making a big bungalow and forgetting to go back to Godhead. So Janasanga leads to Prajalpa, Prajalpa leads to Laulyam. When Laulyam comes, what people do? Karma prayas. They work very hard. So now here is a question to everybody. Why is Krishna consciousness, is it killing our ambitions? Some people ask this question. You people say, don't work hard. Do you want us to make us lazy bums? Just sitting at home and just chanting? Is it wrong to have some ambition in life? People ask this question. So anybody would like to answer this question? Anybody? Yeah, yes, ma'am. She's saying that when one is over-ambitious, they forget about the Lord and they become stupid in that ambition, by which they miss the opportunity to go back to Godhead. Correct, no? Okay, good point. So her point is, okay, be ambitious, but not to the point that you forget the Lord. Correct, no? Yeah. Anybody else want to add to that? Yeah?
If someone becomes very Krishna conscious, renunciation is a natural fruit of Krishna.
They will naturally be renounced. She is saying that if you become very Krishna conscious, you naturally become detached. Nobody needs to force you to detach. Just like a guava, guava, when it is yellow guava you have seen, and there is also green guava. Guava, you know that? Guava means what is that? Guava only call it? Yeah. Guava only. They don't know guava, I think, here. Amrud. Peru only. Yeah, Peru. Yeah, correct. There are two types. One is green, another one is yellow. Yellow one. Yellow one, you have seen that big one, yellow one. So how does it do? Which one comes out very easily? Which one comes out? Yellow one. And the green one, you have to twist it. Twist and pull it. That means when one becomes advanced in Krishna consciousness, they become easily detached. That's what she is saying. Yeah? So you don't have to teach them detachment. They are automatically detached. But one is not advanced, you have to preach to them detached. Like Dhritarashtra had to be preached very strongly by Vidura. That is her point. Thank you. Anybody else? Yeah.
I was thinking in Krishna consciousness, we purify our ambition because aiming for Krishna Prem is the highest ambition.
Correct.
So we are ambitious, but spiritually ambitious.
Very good. You understood that? He's saying, it's not that we are not ambitious, we are spiritually ambitious. Like in Pune temple, one parent came to me and said, Swamiji, please bless our son that he will be able to go to America and study. He said, I said, why America? I'll send him to Goloka. They couldn't understand what is the advantage of going to Bhulaka to Goloka. Correct, no? But it is a reality, correct, no? Going to Goloka is a permanent position. But people cannot understand that. Correct, no? So, when it comes to ambition, it's very, very important to have a correct understanding. You see, whatever you get in your life is already destined for you to come in your life. Like, for example, a bird in the morning gets up, just flies 1 mile distance and picks up some fruit from a tree and brings it and then feeds it to the offsprings. You can see that. A little effort it has to do, and that gives... Did the bird ever go to school or college to study? To earn a degree? Did the elephants in the African jungle go to school to get, college to earn an engineering degree to get their food? Who said that only by education you will get your food? It's just simply myth, it is. Now, like for many of us, we become engineers now. I never use any of my mechanical engineering now, but I'm getting my prasad 3 times a day. In fact, I get more than what I want. Many people call me, I have to deny the request. His Holiness Jayadut Maharaj is telling, people are beating me with prasad, I don't want so much. Everywhere people are saying, come here, they are saying. So, then what brings us, whatever is written in your destiny, Prahlada Maharaj says, you will get it. How you will get it? He gives example. Anybody sitting here, did you go to a temple and pray to God that last 3 years I didn't get any disease, at least give me a headache? Would anybody pray like that? But without praying, you get headache. That means in the same manner, without asking, your happiness also will come. That is his logic. If it is there in your destiny, you will get it at any cost. It's not that only by your endeavor you get it, but you have to make a little endeavor. Prabhupada writes in 7th canto, the little endeavor is 8 hours per day. Somebody does 8 to 9 hours per day, whatever you endeavor, whatever you get, that is written in your destiny. A true story, in India, one boy was earning 45,000 rupees. He was working about 10 hours. His boss told him, if you add 4 more hours, we can give you 5 more thousand rupees. So we will make it a round number. Instead of 45,000, we will make it 50,000. So he said, I'll check with my wife and come. So he asked his wife, what do you think about it? She said, wonderful idea. Brilliant. Make it round now. Make it 50,000. So he started working. Within 2 months, he started getting stiff neck because of 14 hours working. Stiff neck and then back pain, ulcers in the mouth and indigestion and all that. Then he went to Ayurvedic doctor, he went to allopathy doctor here and there. Finally, he ended up spending every month 5,000 rupees.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So did he gain any extra salary? Then what did he gain? Anything he gained? Yes, he only got pain. That is the one thing you think he gained. He got pain in the neck, pain in this thing. So Prabhupada says if you work more than average, then whatever you get will be taken away by doctors, lawyers, chartered accountants. It will be gone. So therefore, very simple formula. Morning for Krishna, daytime for profession, evening for family. Have some kind of plan, balanced lifestyle. and make an advancement in Krishna consciousness. Don't do over endeavor. That. So one example Prabhupada gives in Ahmedabad, Prabhupada says that there was one Mr. Modi. This Modi was having 50,000 people working under him in his factory, and he was only a Angutta chap. He didn't even know how to put signature. He was a dropout from the school, but he was making millions of rupees, crores. Then he talks about one PhD student in chemistry, and that boy was considered overqualified by many companies. They said that you are a PhD, you will not stay with us. If we give you a job today, you will stay. After 1 month, you will go somewhere else. So they didn't give him job. So he started a soap company, and he went in a bicycle to deliver soap shops, and he was making hand-to-mouth money. So Prabhupada was comparing these two people. Look at the PhD and look at the illiterate. Who is making more money? So if it is written, you will get. You don't have to worry. Just like you see, this Mukesh Ambani recently got a grandson. You know that small baby. As soon as the baby opened the eyes, he became billionaire. So what did he do? Did he do anything? No. It's not that by going to company and working hard he became rich. If it is there in your destiny, you easily get it. So, therefore, devotee means devotee is very balanced. Time for Krishna, time for profession, time for family. You should be very balanced. Because the reason is, every one of you, if you look at your body is like one particular model vehicle. Like Luna is one type of vehicle. The Maruti is another type of vehicle. Every car has a different speed, you agree? Yes. Similarly, each of our body has a limit in performance. Even our IQ also, it has a limit. So we cannot work beyond that. No matter how much time you have, you cannot work beyond that. It's rigidly, we are placed in our body. So overworking causes a lot of stress. That's the reason people get stressed. So when people do prayas, then what happens? This happens. What is it? So what is the niyamagraha? Niyamagraha has double meaning, two meanings. One meaning is, niyamagraha means you neglect your spiritual duties. People who work very hard, morning they don't finish their chanting. If 16 rounds, they finish only 8 or 6 rounds. 6 rounds they finish. And evening, they take the counter to company. You know this counter they have nowadays? Clicker, yeah. Instead of japamala. See, there is a big difference between using japamala versus clicker. In a clicker, you don't get a spiritual feeling. It's like a machine. Somehow I have to finish. Already our chanting is mechanical. It becomes more mechanical. With the clicker, correct, no? Becomes more like a robo. Tuk, 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 tuk. Already life is like a robo life. It becomes more robo life. Whereas japamala either neem or tulsi mala, sitting in one place, and you have to give time to God. One man asked Jayadut Maharaj when he came to Pune, that, Maharaj, is it all right if I chant the holy name while driving the scooter? He asked. And Maharaj asked, tomorrow if Microsoft calls you for an interview, will you give an interview in a scooter? He said, no, Maharaj, I will go for the interview half an hour before the time they call me. I'll be waiting. I said, so you respect Microsoft so much. How much you respect God, who is ultimate truth? So, our sitting in one place in the morning, in the puja room, in front of the Lord and chanting, that's a sign of respect for the Lord. So we should not be neglectful in our japa, our reading and other things. We should patiently do that. So sometimes what happens with us, we hurriedly want to finish off chanting and then do some other important work. Correct, no? Actually, most important work is japa. You should think that let other things be quickly finished off so that I can sit and always peacefully chant. We do just the opposite. Kadamkan Maharaj, he spoke on video, very famous video. He asked how much your fingers are coming in contact with the japa beads versus how much your fingers are coming in contact with social media. He said, see, that will give you a clue about whether you are preparing to go back to Godhead or you are preparing to stay back. So, you can see that a lot of time we spend with so many other things, so-called important things. So that means neglect. Like one devotee got initiated, but he was not going to temple, he was not coming for the meetings, he was not serious around spiritual life. So the counselor asked him, 3 months are passed, I don't see you. He said, Roji, don't you understand? I have to take my daughter for the Bharatanatyam class. I have to take my son for swimming. I have to take my son for cricket practice. Plus, I am also doing one more job so that I can send my son to America tomorrow. I'm super busy. You a little bit pushed me to get initiated. For your sake, I got initiated. Now you don't chase after me. I have no time, he was telling. So there are people like this. So yes, you can have 24 things to do in life. And if Krishna is the last priority, then how can we get Krishna? So Krishna is always watching how much important I am for you. Then as much desperately we want him, that much we will get him. There was one disciple who joined ashram of a guru. So Guru told him, you chant this Hare Krishna nicely and then Krishna will very soon give you darshan. So he went to the forest and he sat under a tree, in the bank of a lake. 6 months he was chanting daily. Then he asked the Guru, what is this Guruji? Nothing is happening to me. I am chanting. Last 6 months, daily I am chanting 16 rounds. I heard that Indra sent some apsaras in my life. No, apsara is also not coming. No change at all. Jaise ki vaisa, I am like that only as I came here. Guruji said, oh, you are very eager to see Krishna? Okay, I will tell you something. Come with me today. So the Guruji took him to the riverside, lakeside. And while taking bath, Guru caught him by the neck and buried him under the water. And that fellow, when he was dunked in the water, he was suffocating. He was suffocating under the water and he was trying to push up. Guru was not letting him for at least 1 minute. Afterwards, he jumped out of the water and he thought, Guru is going to kill me. So Guru laughed and said, when you were under the water, what did you want? Did you want samosa? Did you want gulab jamun? What did you want? He said, Guruji, I didn't want anything other than a puff of air. That's all. I was so desperate, other than air, I didn't want anything else. Then Guruji said, just as you wanted only air, similarly when you want only Krishna, you will get. He said. That is called what bhakti? Ananya bhakti. Ananya. When you are so desperate in your life for Krishna, Krishna is in the forefront for you. Other things are on the side for you. I will also do a job. I will also earn money. I will also take prasad. Okay. But Krishna is in the forefront. But is that true for us? Or there are many other priorities I have. Krishna is also there. Yeah, I think Krishna is here. Somewhere way behind. That's one of the last priorities. Then we don't get Krishna very easily. So, niyamagraha means neglecting duties to Krishna. That's niyamagraha. Another meaning of niyamagraha is accepting rituals, rules, regulations for material profit. There are many people who are ready to do some rituals and all, by which they think they can make some material improvement by that. Like sometimes I go to somebody's, some businessman shop, so he tells me, Swamiji, come this side, come and sit in my seat. I said, you have already given me another seat, I can sit there. No, I want to sit in this seat. I asked him, why do you insist I should sit in your seat? He said, my grandfather told me, if a sadhu sits here, business will boom. Therefore, you come and sit here. So I told him, okay, I will sit in your seat. If business booms, 50% you should give to Krishna. Are you ready? That I will think about it, Swamiji. Isn't it? Just see. So, people want to accept some spiritual, duties only for some material progress. That's the meaning of niyamagraha. Or another meaning of niyamagraha is they follow the rituals very nicely without capturing the essence. Like for example, I am very thirsty. I call one of you. Hey Prabhuji, please get me a Bisleri bottle. You come and give me an empty Bisleri bottle. Prabhuji, you want a Bisleri bottle? I am giving you. I may say, Prabhu, I didn't want the bottle. What I wanted? Water. Prabhuji, that you didn't tell me. You only asked for Bisleri bottle. That means he has forgotten the essence. Only the shell he is bringing. Isn't it? Instead, even if he gives me a glass of water, I will be happy. Because I want the essence, not the bottle alone. Similarly, some people unfortunately capture the superficial. Like for example, one place they were arranging this Bhagavad Katha. They called me to speak 20 minutes before they started their 7-day Katha. It was one Gujarati group. They were arranging in Pune. So, the Matajis are all dressed like Yashoda Maiya. Like the sari, the Gujarati is dressed, no? And Prabhujis were all dressed like Nanda Baba. Yeah, very beautifully dressed, with turban, everything. I was very happy. I thought it looks like Vrindavan everywhere. So I asked why the pandal is empty. They said, no, we are going to get the Bhagavad Ji. We are going to get. So I also went with them. It took half an hour for them to bring the Bhagavat on a silver chariot. So I also walked with them. And then they came and they kept it on the top of the asana and everything they kept. Then again they were going. I asked, what about the second trip? Where are you going? They said, now we are going to bring Guruji now. I said, okay. So they brought the Guruji. The whole procedure took 1.5 hours it took. And then after everybody arrived, they called me to stage to give the introduction to the Bhagavatam. So I went to stage and I looked in the stage. Mataji's side was full. There were 300-400 people. And Prabhuji's side only 40-50 were there. And they all appeared pretty old also. The youngest man in the Prabhuji side was 80 years old. Then I asked the organizers, sir, can you please tell me where are the other men? Many young men came for the procession. Where are they? They said, no, they don't have time. They have to go for their business. They just came to welcome Swamiji and welcome the Bhagavad Ji that they have done now. Now they have gone. They will come in the night only. I said, should I wait for them? He said, oh, they are not going to come. They said, you can go ahead speaking. So then I felt that these people, they don't know what is most important. They are doing ritual well, but they have forgotten the spirit. Spirit plus ritual is spiritual. Otherwise, only ritual is religion is very empty. It is. That is also niyamagraha. So they are following the rule, but not understanding for what purpose they are following the rule. I heard a story. I heard an example. In one temple, they had put a watchman and told the watchman that, see, these months are rainy months in India, June, July, August, Nobody should bring chappal into the temple campus. Because when they walk, the mud is also coming on the flooring that leads to the temple. They told everybody should, you put a big board there. So he put a board there, leave your shoes here. So everybody left their shoes and they went inside, washing their feet, they went in. So an old couple came in their car, they boarded their car far away. And then it was a rainy day, a lot of mud. So they walked out of the car to the temple little by little. Although the pavement was little stones and other things were there, they still walked, you see. When they came to enter inside, the watchman asked them, where are your shoes? They said, we left in the car. No, you have to bring it here, he said. Why? Leave your shoes? And they were wondering, can't we leave in the car? He said, no. Our president has told we have to leave here only. So here is the example of how one can be foolish, correct? No? They stick to the rule without understanding the purpose. That is also niyamagraha, we call it. So in the same manner, the niyamagraha leads to what? Atyahara is the over-accumulation. Ultimately, by doing all these things, one accumulates material goods, but one misses the Vaikuntha airplane. One misses the ticket back to Godhead because of all this. That's why it says, Shadbir Bhaktir Vinashati, it says. Atyahara is not just overeating. It is over-accumulation of information, over-accumulation of books, over-accumulation of goods. All these things is Atyahara. Like sometimes, like while somebody was telling me that, I have got 3,000 lectures loaded in my jukebox. He said, really? Okay, how many of that you have heard? He said, I have no time to hear. He said, that is also Atyahara. Sometimes, like I went to one home, they had a very big showcase, lot of books they had kept. So they had showed my books also. I had a series of 5 books. I told them, oh, you have arranged it so neat and clean, kept in the cupboard. They had almost 500 books they had. Many books they had gathered. So then they appreciated me for writing my book. I asked, which book you like? I asked them. They said, only you have not started reading. They said, this cupboard takes so much time to clean up and put everything. We have just kept it nice. You have not read. So Gauranga Prabhu used to joke. He used to go to many homes and whenever he wanted a copy of Bhagavatam, that's the time they will bring the big box down. And then they have to open it and then take out the Bhagavatam and give. After I heard from Gauranga Prabhu, I said, now I will go for Bhagavatam installation to homes. Because for installation they have to open the box already. And they have to give me the first volume to make a signature also. Then at least because they opened, there's a likelihood that they may also? Yeah, that's a possibility, correct, no? So, In this way, the Janasangha should be avoided, bad association. And it should be replaced by Satsanga, correct, no? Satsangatva, Nisangatve, Nisangatva, Nirmohatve, Nirmohatva, Nishchalatatve, Nishchalatatva, Jivan Mukti, it is said. By Satsanga, you get, like, you cannot be in two places. Like right now, you are all here. You can't be in a cinema theater at the same time. Not possible. Therefore, when you come to Satsanga, you avoid Kusanga very easily. And then in Satsanga, the clarity comes in life. What is the goal of life, meaning of life, purpose of life, what I should be doing. It's very clear. And also Nirmohatve, we become free from illusions. And then Jivan Mukti, we become liberated. So here you same formula you apply. Instead of Janasanga, you have Satsanga. And instead of Prajalpa, you will have Krishna Katha. Correct, no? You can have that. And then Krishna Katha will produce Laulyam. But what Laulyam? Greed for getting Krishna. You will get Govinda want, Prabhupada says. So what want we want? Govinda Virahedame. That will increase, which is very good. And then, when that Laulyam comes, then the endeavor, your endeavor will be Yatantascha Dridavrata. That prayas will be what? Yatantascha Dridavrata. You will do endeavors with your body, mind, words, kaya, vacha, manasa, pravritti, kaya, vacha, manasa, vritti. Then that is prayas. And the niyamagraha. You may sometimes neglect certain worldly things which you are doing, which is no more necessary now for you, which you are doing. Like in one home, they had a very big TV screen. In India, anybody's home you go, they will have a big TV screen. In the evening, all mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, everybody sits and watches the one-eyed guru, we call it. So later on, in the same place, they had a big altar. They had. So one devotee was asking, where is the TV you used to have here? There is a TV in the kitchen. We are keeping all the hing and other items now. They are keeping now. All the kitchen masala and other things they are keeping. So the Mataji removed the glass and used the TV like a cupboard now. Why? Because the TV has become replaced by a big altar. Now they are busy worshipping the Lord, the altar. So in this way, the niyamagraha means you may neglect those aspects of your material life which now you have understood that they are not necessary anymore in your life. Like when we were in school days, we used to get a cinema songbook. Now we have Vaishnava songbook now. Isn't it? So, in this way, our activities, we will neglect unwanted activities. And then we will accept Krishna consciousness as our life and soul. We will rise early in the morning, we will chant, we will take it all very seriously. And then, yes, we will accumulate, but what we will accumulate, we will possess Krishna. That is Atyahara. If you have Krishna, you have everything. Namo akinchana vittaya nivritta gunavrittaye atma ramaya shantaya kaivalya pataye. She is saying, Namo akinchana vittaya. And you are the wealth of devotees, she says. So that is the wealth we will possess if you take the right route. Otherwise, you are giving only material goods. At the time of death, you have nothing to carry with you. You only got material goods. But if you are doing satsanga, you will carry Krishna as your goods. That's why we say, Krishna se tomar, Sintapar. Tomar shakatya. You possess Krishna, you give Krishna to others. So, only one verse I could do some justice, but there is one more verse we won't be able to cover. Our Harinam Kirtan poet gave me 2 verses. But his time is up now. Srila Prabhupada ki. I can take 5 minutes, some question or discussion. Anybody? Yes, Anamita.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
One thing I see in today's world age, people are working for material progression. And, you can see the change, lot of technology, lot of overworking hours. In fact, devotees also face this challenge.
Correct.
The boss are asking too much work. So often there is an imbalance of the spiritual duties.
Especially for Indians. And Trump now, I was telling AA and Trump both have come now. So I heard that Trumpji wants to keep those Indians who are very hardworking and they are benefiting and who are indispensable. They are kept here. And then other people may be asked to go back or something like that. So there is a lot of tension. Yeah. Similarly, AI invasion is replacing many human element in many places. Because now AI can not only do data crunching and all, it can even do coding now. Yeah. It can do market scanning. It can do many big activities now. Therefore they are trying to do mass layoff, and so that's causing a lot of tension to people. It's a fact that then one may ask a question, then in such a situation for our survival, is it not important for us to work hard? So I asked the same question to one devotee. He told me that this current scenario of America is not a sustainable thing. It will go off in 2-3 months, he said. This inflation and other things. This is a temporary phase. Because the people here, those who are going to company and working, and getting the jobs done by offshore, from India and other places and all, it's not the same. And companies also will realize that over a period of time. When Y2K came, or when recession came, it didn't last for a very long time. It's like a passing phase only. Yeah. So we can, yes, sometimes devotees may have to work hard at a certain patch of their life. It's all right, little bit. But that cannot be your sthai, that cannot be your main always. Correct, no? Yeah. Most importantly, we should not take too much tension in the head. Like you see, we should be saving money, we should cut down expenditure, and we should give charity also to Krishna service. These 3 things you do, you will see that you will develop the confidence to live peacefully. Because if you save money, tomorrow even if some danger comes, one is not given H1B visa, you have to go back or something, you have saved money for many years. And then one can find out plan B, plan C. And if one has cut down costs, and one has reduced expenditure, you learn to avoid living lavishly. You learn to live simply also. That way your requirements become much limited. And if you are giving charity, then your money gets purified, your mind also gets purified. Those who give charity, even with little money, they are very confident. Those who don't give charity, even with a lot of money, they find it falling short. You will see that somebody has big amount of money, but they are very tense. They are always tense because they have not given charity. Because if you have given charity to Krishna service, then Krishna purifies your mind. And he takes away the anxiety also. So in this way, devotees should go on without taking unnecessary anxiety. Krishna says, you give your anxiety to me, take my happiness. Only we should be ready for that. Which children nicely do with their parents. Now, children give their attention to parents and take happiness of parents. Whereas when we become adult, we become morose because we keep our attention with ourselves. Therefore it is a chintana karo, chintan karo. Bhagavan ka chintan karo. Chinta mein chintan mein bada farak hai. If you remember the Lord, you will become blissful. If you remember the anxieties, you will become miserable. Correct, huh? Thank you. Anybody else? Yes, Prabhu. Sundarachal Prabhu, yeah.
Wonderful class, Prabhu. So many lessons. I was just...
This was amazing, connection.
Yes,
This gives us how it develops.
The last connection is still I am unable to understand, Prabhu. That is one question. And another question is...
Which is the last one? Niyamagraha leading to atyahara?
Yes.
No, actually prayas leads to atyahara. Hard work, that ultimately the purpose of hard work is to accumulate. A person thinks I am successful. So he has done accomplishment, but no fulfillment. Yeah. There are many people who are very rich, but they are empty inside. Correct? No, they are not happy in life, even with lot of money. We hear suicides and all. Suicides happens not among poor people. IIT boys, big people are committing suicide nowadays. That's because they lack the inner fulfillment. So prayas ultimately leads to atyahara, but while doing prayas, they give up niyamagraha. They give up they take spiritual life very casually. Yeah, it's clear?
Yes. For example, prayasa, it's a negatively mentioned comment.
Yeah.
But if we see a counterpart in Bhagavatam, we hear like shrama, like srutasya pumsam suchirasya masya. But the outcome is Lord comes and sits in the lotus feet.
Correct. So this is called tapasya. Tapo divyam putraka yena sattvam shuddhyet yasmat brahmasaukyam tu anantam. It says. So tapasya involves endeavor in spiritual life also. And yatantasya, Krishna says, one devotee makes endeavor. Surely. Like Prabhupada writes in one purport, waking up in the morning, taking a bath, wearing tilak in 12 parts of the body, wearing a fresh dress, and then dressing the deity, bathing the deity, dressing deity, decorating deity. It's laborious, Prabhupada writes. These are laborious things, but when one keeps on doing it, they get purified. They get purified. Gradually, they develop the inner strength to do these activities effortlessly for a period of time. They become very joyful. In the beginning, it's a little endeavor. Like for example, early morning you can get two type of pleasure you can get. One is keep yourself inside the blanket, look at the window, outside it's very dark, again go to sleep. Again. And then there's a drool in the mouth, water in the mouth, and you're lying down. You change sides and again go to sleep. You get some pleasure. That pleasure is technically called what pleasure? Tamoguni pleasure. Or you jump from your bed, put on the light, roll up your bed, take a bath, wear tilak in 12 parts of the body, wear fresh dhoti kurta and come in front of the Lord and chant. That's another pleasure. What pleasure it is? Sattvic pleasure. So we want sattvic or tamasic? Because tamasic pleasure will make us more and more ignorant, illusioned, covered over. Sattvic pleasure will make us more and more enlightened, enlivening, and then it will also liberate us. So we want to liberate the eternal soul from the dying material body. That's the goal of human life. This body is eventually going to fall apart. But before that we want to liberate the soul and go back to Godhead. Correct, no? But for that we have to delight in sattvic pleasure, which is 18.37 verse. He says, Yad dadagre vishamiva parinamo amritopamam tatsukam satvikam proktam atmabuddhi prasadajam. Krishna says. He says, Yad dadagre vishamiva. In the beginning it is little difficult. Like, sleeping early, getting up early is little difficult in the beginning. But then he is saying, Pariname amritopamam. The result is very great. Like the students who study in the beginning of the semester, and then the pariname, the exam results are wonderful. But somebody who doesn't study the whole semester, study at the last minute, they enjoyed the semester, but they get fail marks. Therefore, in spiritual life, we should be ready to pay the price and follow the process. Correct, no? Although it may be a little difficult. Like you all have taken the trouble to come for the program today. But it's a working day, in a weekday. So, in this way, in our life, we will have to take some trouble. Nothing comes for free. No pains, no gains. Isn't it? Spiritual life and material life, you have to be enthusiastic. Imagine somebody opened a shop but is sleeping in the shop with a board. Anybody want any commodity, please wake me up. Will people go to the shop? On the other hand, another shop where a man is very brisk waiting and then he welcomes you, makes you sit and shows many products, you will buy there. So we need enthusiasm in spiritual life, material life, in every life. And it should be persistent enthusiasm, not like the sanar with flower pot. Finished. On the other hand, 10,000 wala, tap, 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 it goes on for, correct, no? So we should be like anara, like the 10,000 wala. 10,000. Spiritual life requires, you need continued enthusiasm till the last breath. Correct, no? So those are the devotees who become very powerful eventually. We have persistent enthusiasm, patience. Why, in my life, how I cultivated patience? I feel that, millions of lives I have been away from Krishna wandering. Now Krishna has given me a biggest gift of, getting somebody, some acharya like Prabhupada and my spiritual master, and also association of devotees, and the Prabhupada's books. We have deities also, and we have clear-cut procedure what to do in a spiritual life. I can clearly see a royal road in front of me, at the end of which I can see the divine couple. I just have to go straight in that road without any diversion, deviation, and very easily I will attain. So these gifts which I have received, I feel this is more than what I deserve, and I don't expect anything more than that. If Lord tells me that, hey Radheshyam, you have to spend 1 million lives in material world, I won't mind also. Because I have the right things with me. I am doing the right thing in right association. Right activities in the right association. What more we want? Correct, no? Even if you go to Goloka, what are you going to do? Same thing we will do. Rendering devotion service. So what's the difference between rendering here and rendering there? So I don't see I'm missing anything. Correct, no? So we should be patient. We should not be in a hurry-burry. Many people want to go to Vrindavan and meet some Baba and get some quick realization. Quickly they want to know the Swarupa. One Prabhupada disciple also went to Vrindavan and somebody told him, you are a peacock in the spiritual world. So he came back to ISKCON temple, he went to the room and started practicing like a peacock. And some devotees went and told Prabhupada, Prabhupada is moving the neck like this. He is trying to get the swarupa of a peacock. Prabhupada said, what is this nonsense? So, you don't try to get your swarupa very quickly. Isn't it? So, actually in one purport of Devahuti and Kardamani, Prabhupada writes, a disciple should not even worry about going back to Godhead. But the disciple's focus should be, how faithfully I will fulfill the instructions of the Guru. And then, going back to Godhead is an automatic process. See, that's why I tell many true examples I will tell you. In Pune, one boy, went for an interview. So he asked in the interview, if I clear the interview, what job you will give me? They said, he will place you as a graduate engineering training, GET. How much will I get? They told him, we'll give you 20,000 in the beginning. We will keep you provisional for 6 months. After that, what will you do? Oh, we can make you permanent if you do well. Then how much will I get? They said, 30,000 you will get. When will be the promotion? He asked. In 4 or 5 years, we can make you a team lead if you fare well. Then what will be the salary? He asked. Oh, that will be 60,000, they were saying. Then when does the next promotion come? Maybe in another 8 years, you may be a project manager or something. How much will I get? Oh, that will be more than 1 lakh, they said. Then what comes next, he asked. They said, first do something, they said. You are going on asking. You have not even started the work. Usko karke dikhao. Correct, na? So, many people are always looking at the result. Krishna says, don't look at the result. Look at the effort you are putting. So, we should always focus on, like a children should fulfill the order of the parents. And parents will take care of the needs of the children. Like a child is asking, Mama, winter is coming, what will you do? No need to ask. Mama will get you a sweater, don't worry. Mama, I have to go to school, what about the uniform? Uniform is already ready. Mama has made ready and kept. Mama, how will I go to school? We have arranged, we will take you by car and drop you. Mama, who will bring me back? I will bring you back. You don't even ask all these things. You focus on your study. You do your part, we will do our part. Correct or not? So parents know what to do. The children should worry about what is given to them. Krishna says, Karmaneva Adhikari. I told you what to do, you do that, he is saying. Mahaprabhu, taking you back to God, don't talk about it, I will take you back. One devotee asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, if I come to spiritual world, and if you are in your Swarupa, maybe you are a Gopi or a Gopa, I don't know, how will I figure you out where you are? Prabhupada said, don't worry, I will come to the gate and take you inside. You don't have to worry. First, for that you have to reach up to the gate of Goloka. For that you have to do your sadhana well. Instead of worrying about sadhana, you are thinking about already Goloka there. First you focus here, not there. Isn't it? People are talking. One fellow is asking, yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Here, lolium means anchoring desire, right?
Correct. Greed.
Yeah. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Rai Ramanand discussion, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rai Ramanand, Bank of River Godavari is talking, and Rai Ramanand saying, Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavitmati Kriyatam Kutopi Lapyate
Tatra Laulyam
Mulya Kevalam Koti Janma Sukruti Na Lapyate.
Correct. That is the Laulyam, it is a spiritual Laulyam, it is. Correct. Prabhupada, from that verse only Prabhupada got the Krishna Bhavanamrit Sangha. From that verse he got. So, Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Mati means what? The Rasa Bhavita Mati means TII, we call it. Transcendently imbued intelligence. The opposite of IIT. You see, Akrura is entering Vrindavan. While entering Vrindavan, what intelligence he had? Transcendently imbued intelligence. It's transcendently. His mati is, like a sponge is soaked in water. Like that his mati is soaked in Krishna. Same with Bhishma Pitama was remembering that Parthasarathi like that. Markandeya was remembering Vatapatrashayi Krishna. Gopis are remembering Shyam Sundar. So their mind is called a transcendently imbued intelligence. So that clicked Prabhupada and he said, Antarashtriya Krishna Bhavanamrit. From there only he got that Krishna Bhavita Rasam Bhavita Mati. Shri Prabhupada ki, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki. So thanks to Vamshivadan Prabhu and Vrinda Mataji. They both have organized this big program in their house. Their hall has become filled up. So give them one Haribol for organizing this event. So Vamshan is also taking a class regularly. He does weekly program here. So this hall is fit for a program like this. Very nice big hall. It's filled up completely today. So devotees have flooded your home today. Thank you. There's prasad for everybody? Who made the prasad? Devotees? Very good. Because there may be a good number of devotees today. You all take prasad, it's getting late for you. Huh? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu ki
Jai. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai.